everybody, man? Dwayne here. My man Mel.
What's going on?
You know what I'm saying? We're here to do a quick rundown of CES 2018. Real quick. If you watched it, you know about it. If you didn't, that's why we're here. Exactly. Even if you did watch it and you want to just hear our perspective on it, here we are. So, all right.
So I say let's start off with Samsung. Mm-hmm. So Samsung to me personally probably had some of the biggest announcements at CES, and not in terms of anything that's going to be immediately implemented, but just in terms of things that you can look forward to down the road, and especially the integration and, you know, the things that we really care about, like smart home integration, you know, and they're taking that and not only just stopping with the home, they're integrating it with your car, right? And they're taking it so much further. So one of the biggest things I want to start off with is SmartThings. So SmartThings is basically going to receive a newer update, and they're coming out with newer SmartThings later this year. I want to say it was March, April.
So anything 2018 and beyond will have SmartThings built in. Mm-hmm. No, so it's Bixby. Bixby will be built in, but SmartThings basically is kind of like now. It's like basically taking over to Google. It's going to take over. In my opinion, Amazon, Echo, and I think it's going to take over all of that because of the integration with everything. Mm-hmm. I mean, SmartThings connects to basically everything. So if you already have SmartThings, you know how it works.
I think that was genius. Mm-hmm. Like, everybody was getting their phones, the Galaxy S8s, the Galaxy S8 Plus, the Note 8. And we were like, man, what's going on with this Bixby? Everybody's like, I don't like Bixby.
I can't stand it.
Using Google Assistant, and that's because from a consumer standpoint, I was thinking about this last night. We weren't thinking
beyond.
What
we were thinking was just, this is just another assistant.
Exactly.
But with the implementation of Bixby and everything that you have in your home, it kind of eliminates having to have your Google Home or your Amazon Echo. Literally.
I want to say that's Samsung's goal. That's what it looks like to me. We really didn't know where Bixby was going or what it was going to be used for, but they're talking about adding it to their refrigerators. They're talking about adding it to their newer TV.
2018 and plus will all have Bixby stuff integrated with it. So
now, it eliminates the need to buy any external things. Like if you've got SmartThings, you've already got these newer Samsung appliances, you don't need an Alexa. You don't need a Google Assistant. You say, hey, Bixby, and Bixby gets it popping.
And if it's already there, what's the need of going out to buy, this thing or, your Google Home or your Amazon Alexa or even the new Apple joint?
Exactly.
So that kind of Apple joint ain't even out. They ain't even gonna make. Well, they gonna make their money. I'll say they're gonna make their money.
Always.
But you're gonna have your Apple heads out there.
No offense to you, Apple zombies. We know how y'all feel.
I ain't gonna get it though.
Even though he recording on the Galaxy. he got the Apple back here. But this I said.
Hey, well,
don't let them fool you. Don't let them try to bamboozle you.
Hey, look, hey. That way, folks.
Samsung all day.
All right. The wall.
Oh my goodness.
The wall.
That's
wow.
Here comes the future of TV.
Wow.
And this is basically what I personally been waiting for. Mm. Don't get it twisted. I love OLED. I think it's great. The deeper blacks. But, I think some people just really stress too much about how they need deep blacks. Like, how blacks do you need your blacks to be? All right? Calm it down. You know the difference between a dark room and light in a room.
Right.
You can see that.
Right.
The contrast is there enough that you can see that shit, all right?
But it is beautiful, though.
It's beautiful. It is beautiful. But
now,
where you miss out on, though, is also those transitions. So let's say OLED can't determine certain shades of gray. So if something eases into that blackness and it's supposed to come into focus, you're going to see it on your LED TV faster than you're going to see it on your OLED TV.
That's true. That is very true.
So that's one thing.
That's
the risk of burn-in.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that OLED doesn't get as bright. I mean, these are the things that prevent me from buying an OLED. And honestly, I've been looking at the Samsung Q9F as my next TV, but I'm also thinking about waiting now just to start to get this Bigsby stuff on and popping.
Right. We go way back. So when we first started getting into these smart TVs, my first TV was an LG. I forget the model, and I know his was definitely Samsung. But it had the WebOS on there. It had all that stuff, and I kind of stuck with LG. And LG, switching over to LG, they got some pretty good stuff this year, man.
Oh yeah,
they got some pretty good stuff, man. I mean, this smart home stuff is getting crazy. I don't care if you go with LG or Samsung at this point. You're pretty much going to get some good quality.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the one I saw from LG was talking about the smart home altogether, the whole thing. I mean, it was crazy. It was just a great show that they put together.
The best part about LG and Samsung, especially when we're talking over Apple, is that they have so much stuff that is in your home already. Washers, dryers, TVs, dishwashers.
Right.
They microwaves, refrigerators.
Right.
Like they are in your
They're
home,
already there.
Hard-bodied already.
So it's time for me. I want to go get me a 65-inch TV. I mean, that's going to be my last TV purchase for a while. but when I go, it's looking like LG, man. It's looking like LG. But the thing is that I don't want to miss out on the whole Bigsby thing, But being early adopters kind of plays that role with me too, because I was an early adopter of the Xbox One. Went out on it. The newer Xbox One X's, people are having a little bit of issues with them.
Oh yeah.
So that's gaming. I get that. But when you're an early adopter of something, you got to be willing to take on that risk of it not working correctly.
Even Samsung. I mean, nobody can forget the Note 7s.
Oh, man.
Woo. And I had a Note 7, and I loved my Note 7. Matter of fact, I still have my Note 7.
Still working.
Still got it.
Still working.
Never did the update that Samsung put into where you couldn't charge it anymore. So my phone only charges up to 60%. But if I wanted to use it, I still use it.
Sony lost their damn mind with this one, man. $30,000 for a projector.
They showing out.
They showing their ass. Now, don't get me wrong. Oh, what a beautiful projector it was. And when I moved into my house, I've been telling him forever I want to do a movie room. So this one was 4K, definitely 4K. But it looked like a high-end piece of furniture that you would buy for your house.
Yeah.
But at $30,000, this is not for the regular consumer.
Yeah.
You're not going to do that because now there is a new projector, 4K projector that we're going to do a video on later. But it's a new 4K projector that came out. It's like $2,000. I mean, like last year, 4K projectors was like $10,000, $20,000. I'm in that joint talking about, I think I'm going to give me a 1080p. So yeah, he just reminded me that Sony had the 8K TV. Now, how do you feel about that?
I feel like it's something that you would bring to a show like this. It's something that you would show people where you're going, where you intend to go. It's to keep, basically your loyal customers like, oh, look, the company that I love is always making strides on improvement, and I can't wait to see, But this 8K stuff is not going to be out this year. It may not even be out next year.
It's probably going to be about a good 3 or 4 years. I think. Well, and the reason why I believe that is
unless you Bill Gates.
Well, he got that shit. He got a 10K.
Yeah, exactly.
He got a 10K, bro. He good. But 4K is not even really out.
Yeah.
4K is here. It's cheaper. It's getting cheaper. It's becoming a known product. But there's no content for 4K at this point.
Yeah.
Not a lot. You got your Netflix. You got your
you don't have regular TV. Not too many. I want to say DirecTV right now is one of the only ones that say that they shoot they have shows projecting in 4K.
Well, this mine is DirecTV, and ESPN is definitely in 4K.
You know, we were talking about this yesterday. Mm-hmm. You definitely know that people aren't going to jump up to 8K right away. It's going to be years and years and years before they implement this. But I mean, one of the biggest things about the 8K TV that really interests me, especially on Sony, is that your regular, and it was an OLED TV. So your regular OLED TVs, when it comes to producing brightness, are only producing anywhere between 500 to 700 nits. I want to say some of the LGs that came out last year were saying that they could do around 1,000 nits. So, I mean, that's okay for OLED. When we're talking LED TVs are doing anywhere between 1,500 to 2,000 nits. Now, the interesting thing about this 8K is Sony is claiming that it does 10,000 nits. 10,000.
That's crazy.
Pure brightness. That means the color is going to look like the color. You damn near going to be able to put your hand in there and grab somebody to the screen at this point.
Well, and we talked about this too, where back in the day, you saw a significant difference between SD and HD. And I was telling him, I didn't see a significant difference between 1080p and 4K. Me personally. I've seen 4K, don't get me wrong. HDR is what makes 4K really pop for me.
Definitely.
Let's say 4K to 8K, or let's say 1080p to 8K. That shit is gonna blow your mind.
Yeah.
I think that that's gonna be where, like, oh my God.
And again, when you're talking about HDR, it's those nits that play a huge advantage again.
Right.
So if your TV is not getting up, I want to say HDR content technically qualifies at over 1,500 nits. So, you know, OLED, I know people are like, but OLED's got Dolby Vision. Their way to get to it.
Right.
It's your deeper blacks on an OLED that give you the contrast between the black and the color that really makes the color stand out. Which is why OLEDs look very, very, very similar to LED when you start talking about your higher TVs, and they compete a little bit better just because that contrast is so strong. 10,000 nits.
That's crazy.
On an 8K TV. And I mean, like you said, I mean, a lot of people aren't noticing the difference between 1080p and 4K. And I mean, the biggest reasons for that is content. It's just strictly content. There's not enough content. That's why when you go to a store, you go to Best Buy, you don't see them just putting on regular TV. They don't let regular TV run on their TV.
They're trying to sell you a TV. So they're going to show you that 4K HDR. They're going to show that.
Exactly. They got that new 4K Blu-ray playing. Right. It's everything that's in Dolby Atmos. They've got all of the specifications in the highest of quality. So that you can see all of their little demo loops, particularly go directly to showing all 4K. But when you take it home, you don't get that same effect because
everything that you're playing,
25% of your content
stuff is going to be 4K. So, I mean, if you have Netflix, okay, you cool. If you watch a lot of YouTube, and you kind of get that because a lot of people don't shoot in 4K. This video is not shot in 4K. Even though I can, I'm just not, Pick and choose with this, man. Now what I do love, this is still kind of getting off topic a little bit, but what I do love is that the 4K TVs are coming down. At first you were talking about some 4K TVs being anywhere between 3 to 5. Easy.
And those were your low models.
Those were your
off-break models.
Yeah. Now you talking about now, man, you got some LGs out here. I mean, you definitely got to worry about your type of models that you're gonna get. Now you don't want to go out there if you think you're going to get a higher end and you paying $500, that ain't it. But you got some TVs out now, man, that are gonna give you the 4K that you want, and especially now that it's not a lot of content, me personally wouldn't waste a bunch of money.
And I mean, at the same time, when you're talking about pricing, especially if you're in the market for a TV right now, think about what's really, really important to you. Getting that TV, if you find a 4K TV, look at the refresh rates, look at the picture quality, and if you already have an Xbox or you already have a Blu-ray player that already has apps and things like that on it, you may not necessarily need a TV that's going to offer you WebOS,
right?
Or a Tizen operating system.
Yeah, we were talking about this last night, and how a lot of these the TVs are slow. The processors are pretty slow. So if you have a Roku, an Apple TV, a Fire Stick, Xbox, you already pretty much have a smart TV.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All those things have their own operating system already.
Pick and choose, man. We got some other series coming out talking about credit. Pick and choose. Some of this stuff ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying?
If it comes to feeding your kids or watching stuff in 4K, come on now. You gotta make a choice.
You know somebody just said, I'm watching 4K.
So them kids can go hungry, guys.
Right.
Now, since we're on Sony still, now Sony is coming out with a line of cheaper TVs. So last year they came out with the A1E. This year they're supposed to be coming out with the A1X Ultimate. So that is supposed to have a beefier processor. That's not their cheaper TV. Let's look it up. Melvin said this was the cheap one. Hell no. It's not the cheap one. But they do have other TVs that don't have that kick-out acoustic stand that they had last year. This just has a regular base. It does still give you that screen sound though. So these models still will have the screen sound. But because of the form factor, these TVs have a build of more of your regular TV. Stand, a little bit of a thicker back, so it's not so much as a flat screen. So they took it back, but they're still giving you basically the same picture quality that you was getting in your A1E, plus it's cheaper.
Because all these TVs are pretty much, they're the same.
Yeah.
They're the same. It may be a thicker back, like you said. It may be, a thicker bezel, something like that. But it's pretty much the same, so.
And that's the technology. You're nitpicking,
right.
You're like, oh, my, it's black, but it's not, the blacks aren't black enough. Oh, the contrast is there, but the contrast is not there enough.
Well, we're a spoiled society, guys.
Yeah,
so, welcome to the land. Welcome to the land of the free.
First world problems.
So let's call it what it is.
Next, Panasonic.
What did Panasonic? I didn't really get a chance to look them up.
Now, Panasonic didn't have anything huge. The one thing I did see is that they have a newer OLED. And what was the thing about this OLED? It was like the brightest OLED from Panasonic. And Panasonic has always really been making really good TVs. I don't know if y'all focused on their last year model.
They were good.
Yeah.
They were excellent.
That last year model was top notch.
I think we seen it in Best Buy one time. Just walking around and, man, just saw it. So
and with the newer one, they're making this TV brighter. They've got a better processor in it. So it should be another good TV. A lot of people really don't pay that much attention to Panasonic, and I think until Panasonic starts to bring prices down just a little bit more, they won't be the favorites.
If I'm gonna pay that type of money,
exactly.
I'm going Samsung. I'm going LG. If I'm gonna pay that money, I'm going those.
Exactly. I mean, in this day and age, people want to go with stuff that they know, that they heard of, that everybody else has heard of. You don't want to pay $5,000 on a TV and somebody comes to your house and they're like, well, what kind of TV is that? And you're like, oh, it's Panasonic. Oh, Panasonic. Yeah. You pay $5,000? Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
You could have got the Sony for the same price.
Right. A little bit cheaper, probably.
You could have got Sony better. Sony's got a nice operating system and everything. I don't know what you got.
I can't tell you how to take your money. But
exactly. That's how people gonna act. That's like if Vizio has really good screens. Vizio has won awards for their screen quality.
I was telling them last night.
And they stay up there in the frame because of their lower prices. You can get 70-inch Vizios for like $1,200.
I'm an LG guy, y'all, but I think I don't know. Vizio had a TV, man. I was looking at a 65. That TV was HDR, all the bezels. It was running $789. $789. That is the price. Okay. The 75, $13. I'm like, hold up. I can go get a 75 for $13. You know what I'm saying? So if I get a 65 or a 75 and put it in my home, that's it. You know what I'm saying? That is our living room home entertainment system. That is our home theater. But you guys will see the movie room later on. We're going to get this man house up and running first. Then we're going to go holler at mine about a year later.
I mean, even for the people who were thinking, I want to get a TV right now, but that new Samsung's going to come out, and I want to start to integrate all my stuff with that. Look at Vizio. Vizio is a cheaper TV, and it's something that you can justify buying now and still buying something 2 or 3 years from now.
So as far as LG goes, we got the roll-up TV. That was crazy. LG out here doing their thing, guys. I'm telling y'all.
Pretty interesting. Besides the micro LED TV, that's the second one I was excited about.
But I kind of got the feeling of just a home theater. Mm-hmm. Like I really just got that whole home theater feel. I mean, LG did the thinnest TV last year.
Yeah. The W7.
Okay. So that's out. I mean, it was only a matter of time. If they can get it that thin.
I think the price on that's come down too. I think the W7 is only around $8,000 for a mere $8,000. You can have 2 center-point shows. Hey, I know y'all balling out there.
Yeah, man. I thought it was pretty interesting. I thought it was cool. It's definitely something to talk about. I don't know if it's something that I personally want.
Mm-hmm. So that was the problem for me too. I didn't see it as like more of a home theater thing. I saw it as more of a home hub,
Yeah.
Because it had 3 different modes.
Yeah.
So, if you've got it sitting in like your living room, you come home or you're just waking up, you come downstairs into your living room or wherever your living room is. I don't know your blueprints. Whenever you go into your living room, there's the mount for the foldable TV. You can say things like, let's say if you got Google, if you got a Google Home, you can say, "Hey Google, tell LG what's the weather," and the panel will come up.
Verify your voice just now. I can't connect you to LG.
Good looks, Google.
You should either give it another try or go to the Google Home app and verify your voice match settings.
I got you, Google. Thanks.
That's my Google Home. We ride or die.
Now, it will come up just a little bit, and it'll give you, I forget the dimensions. I want to say it's 21 by 9.
It was cool.
21 by 9 bar.
It was cool.
About just this much that just shows you the weather, the time, and now you can say, "Hey Google, go to cinema," and it'll give you like a 16 by 9 ratio, and it'll show you, more of the screen to let you watch like wide angle movies, and then you could go full screen, and then it'll come all the way up.
I thought it was cool. I just don't okay. Listen, guys, this show he's going to give you the dimension of all the stuff. I'm going to play devil's advocate. So, I didn't see a reason to get it. It looks cool. Don't get it twisted, guys. It looks cool.
He ain't got no culture. That's what he uncultured.
Yeah, hey, call it what it is.
Mind him. Right.
Hey, look, man. Y'all go out there and spend that kind of money if you want to on that damn shit.
I know. Tax season coming around. And y'all thinking about it. I know it. I know it.
Hey, man. You know you got a hood ball.
I know I'm going to come to some of y'all houses. And your kids' tummy's going to be rumbling louder than damn Dolby Atmos. But you got that new foldable LG. I know it.
I told my kids they got to be healthy anyway. So
ain't nothing healthier than just water.
Exactly. Waters and crackers, baby. Jesus did.
You telling me y'all better than Jesus?
Right. Exactly.
I know y'all ain't saying that.
Refrigerators from Samsung. Dope. The Family Hub was already dope. Everybody that has gone into a Best Buy, everybody that's gone into going to look for another refrigerator has seen these smart family hubs from Samsung. Amazing. Okay? It's just a big ass tablet on your refrigerator. Basically. Let's just call it what it is. A big ass tablet on your refrigerator.
Exactly.
But it's dope. Okay. Anytime you went to go look at them, they were like $35,000 to $4,000. You know what I'm saying? My wife and I actually looked at them, and we were going to buy one for the home. But then I saw LG had the knock. I was like, I like that too, and it's cheaper. Now Samsung got me again because now we have 14 different varieties. And here's the thing about it. When you get 14 different varieties, you get 14 different prices. So you're going to have your high ends, and you're going to have your mids, and you're going to have your lows. Me and Mel, we pretty much stay kind of mid to highs. You know, it depends on what it is. I'm more, you know, when it comes to this, I'll probably go more with the mid because I'm looking at, the way that I'm setting myself up, I can probably spend about maybe $2,000, 15 to $2,000 on a refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's reasonable. That's fucking high for a refrigerator. Let's just be fucking honest. But y'all giving me 14 different prices now. I think I can kind of justify that with my wife. You know.
Again, I can't help but see how Samsung has been setting us up for this
setting it up, man.
For so long. I mean, if you think about last year, probably mid last year, you would see a bunch of commercials. The little kid in the astronaut suit, and he's eating little space rocket popsicles, and then the dad's at the grocery store. See, they out of popsicles. The little kid writes it as a note on the refrigerator, and it sends it to his phone. You know, these are things that Samsung's been prepping you for, and they've also been keeping that price pretty up there too. And this is, again, another just brilliant marketing scheme, because now when they bring you these 14 different options, they're gonna bring that price so low that you're gonna be like, I can finally get one.
Why not?
Exactly. Let me get it now before the prices decide to go back up.
Right.
You know, and with the more people buying these refrigerators, the more people are having another piece to this Bixby puzzle.
Right.
You know, now they're restarting it back up again. It's almost like any other thing, like Gucci shoes. You know, if you've been looking at Gucci shoes for 4 years and you like, shoot, man, I want to get some Gucci shoes, but they 700, they 800.
Right.
And the next thing you know, Gucci's like, we're coming out with 14 new shoes.
14.
And we started out at 300. You gonna go, I gotta go.
Right.
I gotta get 2 pairs of these Gucci shoes. You know? That's the mindset that they got you in now. So with that mindset, that leads you to buying more Samsung products. More people can have these Samsung products in the home, along with this family hub and this new Bixby. And the more that you do that, the more you will think about smart things.
Right.
The more you will think about a Samsung washer and dryer.
Well, it's going to be right there anyway.
Exactly.
So, like, I'm going to use it because it's here. I didn't pay my money to have all of this in my house, so why not use it?
Exactly.
Okay, I'll come to your house. Everything in that joint is Samsung. I'm like, damn, this is pretty nice. I love how all of this is integrated together. What it's going to do is make me say, well, let me go check this out.
Yeah.
If you're in the market for a refrigerator, you're going to be able to afford at least one of them. So I think that's really dope. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk about was GE appliances. I know you guys heard it was a big ass hub. That junk, it was cool. It was cool. I really liked that one. I mean, it was supposed to fit right over your stove. But he brought something up to me that made me think about it. When you look at your stove and under your fan, it's disgusting. It's very disgusting. And if this big ass hub is supposed to be under there, how does it stay clean? You know, does it wear out? Does it mess up? Does it, you know, what's going on with all of that? So I thought it was cool. It's basically just the Smart Things hub. The family hub. But it's just put right there. You can look at your security cameras. You can look at, recipes, and you can look at us on YouTube.
And again, you're looking at Samsung really cornering the market when it comes to pricing. You know, this 27-inch hub over your freaking stove is gonna be expensive.
Well, it was $600. So that is expensive. I'm not going to pay $600 for some big ass tablet. You know. So there are 1 billion people out here in this world. More than that. Here's the thing. Everybody doesn't think like me. Everybody doesn't think like Melvin. So it's a choice for everybody out there to go buy what they want to buy, which is a cool thing, man.
At the end of the day, you gotta find things. Don't look at the names. Don't look at who has what, or you gotta find things that go to your life. If you buy this GE appliance and it's got cameras underneath the base, for looking down and taking pictures and videos of your food while you're cooking, if you know you've got no need for that, just no need,
right?
Then you're just wasting money.
All I gotta do is pull out my phone. Look what I'm cooking, guys, because that's what y'all do anyway. That's what y'all do anyway.
And don't be doing that while I'm at your house, all right? Focus on cooking my food. I don't need you taking pictures, trying to make videos. Now you burning shit. I don't need none of that, all right? I need you to pay attention to the task at hand.
Cooking. That's all. Shit.
That's what you do. Just cook. And I mean, it did have some pretty cool, interesting features where you could look up recipes, you know, and you're right there. It's right in front of your face. You know, you're cooking, your stovetop is here, that tablet's right here.
And that's one of those things.
That's pretty cool.
You know, if you're a chef, there you go.
If you just, you know, I'm not going to say if you're too lazy. It's your prerogative. If you got the money to do it, by all means, do you, boo-boo. But for me, I can pick up my phone. Or I can, you know, I can tell Google or I can tell Bixby to look me up a recipe, to tell me that, to read it back to me. You know, and
you know
for cheaper.
You know what I like? This is so off topic, but you know what I like, man? The Amazon show. The way that you can look at it, you can tell it, hey, Alexa, you know, look up this recipe, and it pulls it up right there where you can see it. Mm-hmm. I love that. That's when we were talking about this a while ago. We're gonna end the video, guys, but we were talking about this a while ago where I was talking about I wanted to stay with Amazon Echo versus the Google Home, and I was going with the Amazon Show just because of that. So now with all of that technology basically being right there in your kitchen.
Oh, hi. But again, you can go with the Show and have that sitting right on your countertop and have you cooking here.
Versus that big ass screen that's gonna be $600.
So a Show is what, like $130?
It went down. I think it was like $200 now.
Yeah,
it's like $200 now.
So it's $200,
$229
versus that.
Yeah, I can justify that. You know, or you can take that damn phone that you got that you can pay all that money for. Because I'm pretty sure some of y'all looking at this on some iPhone X's right now. That was $1,000.
True.
Pull that phone out, but see y'all. But what you they balling?
Yeah, exactly. Come on now.
What am I saying? What am I saying?
Don't you ever offend the Apple community. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
Don't you ever offend them like that again. You respect the Apple community. Let's get to Apple at CES, matter of fact. Oh, God damn it. Apple wasn't at CES. I'm sorry. God, that's my fault. I really didn't know. Everybody else was there. I just figured Apple would have been there too, but just...